people and people.
So, Sneako, the next time that you find yourself uncritically accepting these really bad arguments that you've been given from Uthman and other Muslim apologists, what are you gonna say?
Hamas, even though they did commit an atrocity, they committed the atrocity by first breaking out of a concentration camp. So why are you framing it as if it started on the 7th? It's almost as if you're extremely ignorant.
Everyone that they could while and taking other people hostage. Now,
there's no, and I mean no, evidence of at all. There have been multiple articles that have been removed by mainstream media outlets because of the lack of evidence.
Rami claims there is no evidence of rape on October 7. This ancient Greek tragedy of a man made this statement the exact same day the UN issued its report.
In the description box is a link to a recent updated account detailing the sexual violence perpetrated by Hamas terrorists. These are things that animals don't even do. These people are worse than pigs. I'll just summarize. The report, submitted to decision makers at the UN, leaves no room for denial or disregard. The terrorist organization Hamas chose to harm Israel strategically in two clear ways: kidnapping citizens and committing sadistic sexual crimes. Notice that the report says it leaves no room for denial or disregard. That's true except for masses of Jew-hating Muslims and secular Western idiots, of course, where such reports are frequently denied or justified.
Rami hosts in his channel people that claimed publicly rape of female captives is prescribed in Islam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the realest podcast in the dunya, the Three Muslims. We're joined here with a very special brother, a Bengali brother, Brother Dili Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Upon whose testimony do you say the realest podcast in the world?
Honestly, the only testimony that matters. No, I'm just playing.
The
testimony is based on our feedback, bro, and it's unrefuted, undisputed, bro.
Why do so many female IDF terrorists look like they're modeling for shoots instead of getting ready for battle? Are they all dolling up to get taken as Ghanima?
Britain has a problem. Ghanima means spoils of war. When ISIS enslaved girls in Syria, they described them as Ghanima and justified it with their interpretation of Islam. Here's a British journalist describing Israeli women with the same language.
Ghanima also includes prisoners of war. But you already knew that. Apartheid terrorist advocacy.
And I responded, are they doling up is for the prisoners of war? So, although his friends make rape comments against Israeli soldiers publicly, Rami has the audacity to deny clear evidence of rape we have all seen, including photos of victims and testimonies. Elias says, rape in Islam against women or concubines is obviously illegal. This isn't a modern, squishy interpretation. And Daniel responds, Islamic law expert, you can kill her husband, capture her as a sex slave, relocate her to your home by force, no problem. But you hacking better ask for consent before touching her, like a gentleman. So Rami, who denied in a conversation we had on Twitter 1 week after October 7, he then denied that civilians were murdered on this dark day. Civilians. He denied that even civilians were murdered on this day. Now he denies rape happened on October 7. Rami, why should any sane person believe anything you say? Tell us.
2 years ago, I think that Sneako would have responded by condemning the actions. But given Sneako's new moral framework, what did he have to say about all of that? He posted Allahu Akbar, meaning God is greatest.
This is the night of October the 7th, meaning that we didn't know much of what even happened. All we knew was that people broke out of the concentration camp of Gaza and attacked. How many people died, who was what happened, whether there were atrocities or not, we didn't know until the next day, a few days after, a week after, and it only became more and more clear after a while. And even now, there are still things like allegations and the beheaded children and babies and kids all being debunked. And there are more evidences coming out showing that Israel killed their own civilians that day.
Rami, the amount of psychotic denial and apathy you Islamists demonstrated after October 7 is surreal. It surprises even me. Imagine. It surprised even me. This level of denial in such a wide population confirms my theory that Islam is a mental disease. No amount of human stupidity can explain this. Islam simply disables the parts of your brain responsible for self-reflect and objectivity. You now claiming that that didn't happen and Sneako just didn't have the evidence, that is simply not true. Even now, you are in denial, Rami. The only thing you achieved with this psychotic denial is to demonstrate to everyone that if this type of radical Islam dominates this world, will be the end of the age of reason. Truth and historical memory will disappear, guys, from this world. You claim to be the realest podcast on the dunya. Supposedly you are challenging things. You are the youth that challenge things. And you are more conservative than a 50-year-old imam in Mecca. This guy has more youth realist energy than you. Are you serious, my friend? This is the people you represent, my friend. What realist podcast on the dunya?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the realest podcast in the dunya, the three Muslims. We're joined here with a very special brother, a Bengali brother, Brother Dili Hussein. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Upon whose testimony do you say the realest podcast in the world?
Honestly, the only testimony that matters. No, I'm just playing.
The
testimony is based on our feedback, bro, and it's unrefuted, undisputed, bro.
You cannot see truth even if it hits you with a train in a handicap parking lot.
So yes, Sneako put out a tweet saying Allahu Akbar, which means God is great, before knowing any details on what happened. Because a lot of people responded in similar light on that exact day. But you don't want to include that context again because you want to make a half-assed argument against the guy.
So you give the benefit of the doubt to Sneako that he didn't see the evidence. Yet, even you idiot, as we speak, after seeing the evidence, you still deny that Hamas are terrorists, that they kill civilians on 7th of October. So, what are you trying to say? You are in denial. That's obvious.
That's the only thing that he had to say about it on X. Think about this. A couple of years ago, Sneako would never appear to be happy that innocent people were being slaughtered.
This is such a horrible argument. I'm sorry. I know I said it already. I'm going to say it again. You have to know that this lacks context. He's saying this, I don't know when this video was recorded, but probably well over a month after October 7th, which means that he's going into this and knowing his viewers are going to watch this, knowing everything that happened on that day.
Okay, you insist about this. Okay, so let me now, 20 minutes, I will destroy you now. I will intellectually humiliate you 20 minutes now on this point alone. Guys, this video will be this point only. Forget the rest of the video. Okay, Rami. So let's go and see what Sneako is all about. Adin Ross rage quits debate after Sneako refuses to call Hitler evil. Maybe 80 years after the Holocaust, Sneako hasn't got the info yet. Rami. After Nick Fuentes called for a genocide of Jewish Americans, white nationalist ally Sneako took to the podium and said Fuentes was designated or destined to become president of the United States. These are neo-Nazis.
If a Gentile hits a Jew, he must be killed. But when a Jew murders a Gentile, there will be no death penalty. Do you think it might be a problem that the people that are running your base, that are making the movies your children watch, do you think it's a problem that they believe that all Christians must die? Yeah. It's a big problem. It's a huge problem. We're in a holy war, and I will tell you this. Because we're willing to die in the holy war, we will make them die in the holy war. And they will go down. We have God on our side, and they will go down with their satanic master. They have no future in America. The enemies of Christ have no future in this world. Thank you. God bless you. Good night.
Nicholas J. Fuentes is going to be the future president of the United States.
You, Rami, denied that civilians were killed on October 7, 1 or 2 weeks after the fact. So, maybe you didn't have the evidence, Rami. Rami, today, you idiot, you deny rape. We just heard you say that rape didn't happen. We just heard you say that Israel was killing its own civilians. Okay. Implying to the, what was the name? The Hannibal Directive. What the Hannibal Directive actually says, Rami, is if terrorists have civilians, you are allowed to hit the terrorists, compromising the civilians. It doesn't say go and rape and murder and decapitate your own civilians. Just you thinking this proves that you are an anti-Semite, like Sneako. Okay, the only difference of you and Sneako is that you became an anti-Semite because of Islam. Sneako converted to Islam because he is an anti-Semite. Okay, your friends, Rami, embarrass themselves on national TV, proving they have psychotic denial. Problem.
Then with you.
I just said people
Name me
were
one
beheaded.
child.
I didn't say a child.
No primary source
right?
subject.
No. So just to be clear,
primary source
just to be
evidence.
clear, like the doctor, you do not believe that anyone was beheaded, that children were killed. Let me clarify where I'm wrong here. Were these things happening?
Israeli civilians were killed.
How many?
I don't know. Mark Regev doesn't even know. We need to first establish.
No, they do know.
Okay, Rami, the garbage has better arguments than yours. You get upset, or you want to insist and you get upset. Are you serious, my friend? What a joke.
Whether it's true or the rumors being spread, they're going to have a fairly clear image of what happened. But again, when Sneako put that tweet out, he probably didn't know what the hell happened other than they broke out and they attacked. Again, broke out of a concentration camp and attacked their colonizers, the colonial settlers that have been holding them hostage in freaking concentration camp for 17 years. Why wouldn't he be happy about that? You know who else was happy? Dr. Norman Finkelstein was also happy about it. The same day he was happy about it.
You shameless buffoon. The acts they did are of monsters. Okay, they are not justified in any context, yet alone your lies about concentration camps. Okay. Let's see Gaza. Let's see whether, first of all, because you cannot even... Guys, all this video, I made already 3 videos, but I haven't covered even 30%. This guy, 30 minutes, every 5 seconds, he said a bullshit, an insane bullshit, every 5 seconds. Where were we? Okay, first, let's see what they did, Rami, so you can wake up. They keep children in dark dungeons, Rami, after they murder their parents in heinous way in front of their eyes. You know how significant is this crime? because in the psychic of a child, he cannot understand that, oh, now I'm held by Hamas idiots. This child see monsters, okay, and they are keeping children in dark dungeons, Rami. That is worse than horror movies. This family is now dead. Okay, look, this girl. They went into families and they started killing families. You know how significantly evil is that, Rami? So, we have all these kids murdered with their teacher, all ladies in their home, in bus station. I have seen another terrible photograph with 3 old women in a bus station. A father with a son, listen to these people, were bound together with a wire, holding each other, and burnt alive. So, in other words, Rami, you picked the people that survived the Holocaust and you started doing this kind of stuff to them. Not only that, on top of that, instead of taking responsibility, you call Hamas heroes. You deny that anything happened. You mock them. You expect them to surrender. You demand them to surrender to Hamas without even releasing the hostages.
Fuck you. Fuck Israel all day, every day. Fuck Israel till my last breath.
Now listen to me, little jihadis and radical leftists. Make no mistake. Okay. And unless you surrender, come on your knees begging for mercy, the war will continue. Okay. The times cuddling our enemies are over, Rami.
We Muslims have been ordered to do brainwashing. We don't want freedom, we want Islam and the Sharia.
Glory